Today we will discuss about seminar number 15, Construction of Complete Denture by CAD/CAM Technology, by Master's Postgraduate Aymen Ameen ALwash, Dental Department, College of Health and Medical Technology, Middle Technical University. Supervisor by Assistant Prof. Dr. Saja Ali Mahsen. Introduction. In a traditional way to obtain complete denture, edentulous patients typically have to make 5 visits to dental clinic, including primary impression, final impression, recording jaw relation, trial placement of wax denture. But today, CAD/CAM technology, a few appointments are needed for patients to get their complete denture. And we must know what meaning of CAD/CAM technology. We can define as utilization of computer-aided design, computer-aided manufacture. Advantage of CAD/CAM technology. Number 1, less patient visits. Number 2, less chair time. Number 3, for future fabrication of an additional denture. Number 4, less time laboratory procedure. Number 5, superior fit, non-polymerization shrinkage. And the disadvantage of CAD/CAM technology. Number 1, balanced denture are difficult. Number 2, several CAD/CAM complete denture need to be made. Number 3, skipping the trial denture appointment. Material used in CAD/CAM system. We have two types of material. Number 1, polymethyl methacrylate PMMA ready-made blank disc. A, pink blank. B, white blank. And C, polydent full denture PMMA disc 2 color. And last, number 2, polyether ether ketone PEEK can be used to make complete denture. The CAD procedure involves create order for complete denture, collect 3D digital model, determining occlusion plane, determining feature, determining border for face plate, arranging virtual teeth, diamonding relief area, fixing defects, occlusion adjustment, save design and export to CAD. And the CAM procedure involves fabrication, dentation, and face plates by milling resin plate, and then bonding the dentation to the face plate. We have 7 cases for fabrication CAD/CAM complete denture. We will discuss one by one all of them, starting from number 1. Number 1, CAD/CAM fabricated complete denture concept and clinic. Method of obtaining record morphological data. Case 1, clinic technique. We have 2 types of clinic technique for record impression tray. Number or A, traditional impression tray، الطريقة المعتادة اللي احنا كلنا نتعامل بها for record impression tray. أما by stock tray or special tray. But the traditional impression tray have disadvantage. What are the disadvantage of that traditional tray? Position of the handle. Passes vertically and turn inferiorly. This position may be interference with the lip or oral muscles that lead to less fit or accuracy. يعني البوزيشن مال الهاندل vertically and then turn inferiorly ممكن تسوي less fit وتسوي interference ويا الاورال structure وتسوي لي defect during record the impression. B, newly designed thermoplastic stock tray specifically designed for a dental patient. هذا النوع من التكنيك هو عبارة عن thermoplastic stock tray. ممكن يصير بيها softening if we put in water bath for 1 minute in 80 centigrade. يعني إذا خليناها بواتر باث لمدة دقيقة بدرجة حرارة 80 centigrade راح يصير بيها softening. بعدين راح أسوي لها insert inside patient mouth and adapt it directly to tissue. راح أحصل على fit وaccuracy وgood details. وأيضا من الادفانتج for this type إنه إذا صار بيها shortening maybe added or addition another thermoplastic impression material to cover the desirable landmark. وبعد اقدر استخدم السيزر for shortening this border. يعني اذا احتاج اسوي لها shortening اقدر استخدم السيزر for shortening. Mandibular impression making and posterior tooth position. كلنا نعرف انه السبيشال تري have two surface, the inner or tissue surface and outer surface. بهذا النوع من التكنيك راح نستخدم الاوتر surface كبايترم وراح نوضحها من خلال الشرح. الصورة اللي موجودة في اعلى اليسار توضح we are doing complete impression material, and the another picture in the slide اللي موجودة في أعلى اليمين any excess or extension of impression material on outer surface must be removed and applied adhesive material. يعني إذا أكو أي excess or extension على outer surface نسوي لها remove and applied adhesive material. أما بالنسبة للصورة اللي موجودة في أسفل يمين السلايد راح نسوي addition بالmedium body for vinyl polysiloxane impression material على outer surface وبعدين نطلب من المريض for swallowing 3 times. يعني يسوي swallowing 3 مرات. During swallowing the muscles of the tongue, lip and cheek will be contraction. هذا الكونتراكشن راح يسوي recording على الاوتر surface for special tray وبالنتيجة راح ينطيني البوزيشن مال النيوترال posterior zone after completing this movement. يعني راح ينطيني الناتشرال بوزيشن مال posterior teeth من خلال swallowing by the patient حسب ما موضح وموجود بالسلايد بالصورة اللي موجودة في أسفل اليمين. During swallowing, the lateral border of the tongue will pressure at the lingual aspect of the tongue, and the contraction of the cheek muscles will pressure at the labial aspect of the lower special tray. This two pressure at the lingual and labial surface will be recorded at the outer surface of lower special tray. At the center of lower special tray, any excess material must be removed and form the plate form, such as piprim. هذا البريشر راح يسجل على lingual aspect والlabial aspect of lower special tray راح ينطيني position of the posterior teeth اللي هو neutral zone. Mandibular anterior tooth positioning impression. Remove the handle of lower special tray and clean this area from any residual impression material. After that, we can apply adhesive material and apply the body of polysiloxane impression material, and then insert the special tray inside the patient mouth for record the action of lower lip by ask the patient to say Q and U sound. راح نطلب من المريض انه يتلفظ بحرف اليو وحرف الكيو. هذه التو ساوند راح تنطيني الاكشن اوف لور ليب، وبالنتيجه راح احصل على النيوترال زون اوف position of lower anterior teeth. Use of the tongue during speech to record the palate morphology. A palatogram is defined as graphic representation of the area of contact between the tongue and palate during speech. يعني نعرف البلاتوجرام هي حالة من الcontact between the tongue and the palate for record the morphology of the palate. And we have three techniques. Number one, spraying green marking to the denture palate. Number two, applying utility wax to the denture palate. Number three, applying a thin mix of irreversible hydrocolloid to the denture palate. And we can use the lingual-labial sound as the key sound that can be used to record the palate morphology by patients say S such as missing, Z such as busy, SH such as dish, ZH such as garage, CH such as washing, and J such as enjoy. يعني راح نطلب من المريض انه يتلفظ بهذه الحروف for checking the pronunciation. Maxillary impression making. The same technique that we use in the lower impression complete denture record, we will use the same in the complete upper impression material recorded. يعني نفس التكنيك اللي استخدمناه باللور راح نستخدمه بالupper when we record upper complete denture. Initially, after we record complete denture impression material, the outer surface of a special tray must be removed from any excess material and clean it. Then applied adhesive material. After that, applied medium body of vinyl polysiloxane impression material on the outer surface of a special tray and insert inside the patient's mouth and ask the patient to speak a labial sound to record the action or morphology of the palate during pronunciation. Maxillary anterior tooth positioning impression. Remove the handle of upper special tray and clean this area from any residual impression material. Apply adhesive material and the end. Use the body of vinyl polysiloxane impression material in the anterior region and insert the special tray inside the patient's mouth and ask the patient to say Q and U sound. This two sound, it will record the action of the upper lip. The action of the upper lip will record it at the labial aspect of the special tray. يعني بعد ما سوينا insertion للspecial tray inside the patient mouth وطلبنا من البيشنت انه يتلفظ بحرف الكيو والواي، راح يسجل عندنا الاكشن of the upper lip. هذا الاكشن of upper lip اللي راح يسجل على labial aspect of the upper special tray راح ينطيني كجايد to arrangement of the artificial teeth away from this area to avoid interference during pronunciation، وينطيني النيوترال زون anteriorly for setting the artificial teeth. Evaluate vertical dimension and maxillary anterior teeth. Now we are ready for record centric relation, but before recorded centric relation, the posterior region of upper and lower impression tray must be removed to avoid interference during recorded the relationship, and the midline must be defined and put index in this line area. And last picture in this slide, put the index made over the lubricate anterior aspect of maxillary impression. يعني شنو معناتها؟ راح نسوي remove للماتيريال in the posterior region of special tray حتى من نسوي centric inside patient mouth measure interference between the two impression tray. بعدين راح نحدد الميد لاين ونخلي فد اندكس حتى تكون منطقة واضحة عندنا. اما بالنسبة للبوتي اللي موجودة بالصورة اللي في اخر السلايد في جهة اليمين، هذه البوتي راح نخليها على اللينجوال اسبكت اللي راح تشتغل لي كاندكس للانتيريور تيث اللي راح نتحدث عنها بالسلايد القادم. We use hot wax knife or hot wax spatula to remove tray material from the anterior region of tray and setting the anterior teeth in this area, and then check the 6 anterior teeth inside the patient mouth and ask the patient to smile and check his pronunciation, and then checking the level of 6 anterior teeth. يعني راح نسوي remove للتري ماتيريال في منطقة الانتيريور region، بعدين نسوي setting the 6 anterior teeth ونسوي check inside the patient mouth. We use the putty adapted on 6 anterior teeth and extend posteriorly to save the relationship between upper and lower impression tray and save the vertical dimension we are recorded. Then send the relationship to the laboratory. يعني راح نستخدم البوتي ونسوي adaptation على 6 anterior teeth and then extend the putty posteriorly. الغاية من هذه بمثابة sealing حتى تحفظ لي relationship between the upper and lower impression tray and save the vertical dimension. بعد ذلك we send the case for the lab. In laboratory procedure, number 1, scanning. Scan of maxillary impression and scan of mandibular impression. Then teeth arrange in scanning impression on virtual cast mount at the vertical dimension. يعني راح نسوي scanning للupper and lower impression، بعد ذلك نسوي arrangement للupper and lower cast by using the special software in this system. Number 2, checking. The clear resin block used with the first CAD fabricated. يعني مبدئيا راح نستخدم الكلير resin block for fabricated initial complete denture. ليش؟ لأنه هذا النوع من complete denture راح نستخدمه for trial inside the patient mouth. يعني راح نسوي milling للupper denture with the teeth وبعدين نسوي bonding the teeth to the denture base, and then we will milling the lower complete denture and bonded the teeth to the denture base. بعد ذلك we send to the clinic for check inside the patient mouth. Number 3, posterior palatal seal carved. By using the software, we determine the posterior palatal seal carved on the virtual maxillary cap. ننتقل للسلايد اللي بعده. Number 4, milling and finishing. After we check the complete denture inside the patient mouth, now we are ready for final milling by using pink block resin denture paste and 5-axis milling machine by using fine tools. يعني بعد ما سوينا checking للcomplete denture inside patient mouth بالفاينل milling نستخدم البينك بلوك resin denture paste ونستخدم ال5-axis milling machine with fine tools. Number 2, fabrication complete denture with CAD/CAM technology. Case 2, clinic technique. Make a definitive impression with impression material and thermoplastic moldable tray, which are available in different sizes. We select appropriate size and place tray in hot water bath about 77 centigrade. Then evaluate the tray intraorally to ensure cover all anatomical landmark. And then we use heavy body to record the border of the tray and make definitive impression material with regular set light body. يعني راح نستخدم definitive material with impression material، يعني اللي هي special tray راح نخليها in water bath بدرجة حرارة 77 centigrade حتى الماتيريال يصير بيها softening، وبعدين ناخذها نسوي لها evaluate and check inside the patient mouth for good adapted directly to tissue. بعد ذلك راح نستخدم ال heavy and light body to record the accurate and good adapted final impression material, complete denture. Maxillary and mandibular anatomical measure device AMDS, maxillomandibular relationship record. This type of device used to record maxillomandibular relationship and called AMDS. والصورة اللي موجودة على اليسار توضح ال upper and lower tray. The upper tray have the screw in the center of a plate form, and the lower tray have a flat plate form. شنو الفائدة من السكرو اللي موجود بالupper part؟ راح نوضحها بالسلايد القادم. أما بالنسبة للصورة اللي موجودة على اليمين توضح إنه راح نسوي injection للماتيريال inside the tissue surface of the tray and insert inside the patient mouth. ننتقل للسلايد اللي بعده. Adjust the occlusal vertical dimension by turning the fitting on the side screw of the AMD to raise and lower the central bearing pin and material injection between maxillary and mandibular tray. هذا الكلام شنو معناه؟ أنا عندي سكرو بالupper tray وعندي flat plate form بالlower tray. راح أقلل وأزيد الفيرتيكال دايمنشن من خلال هذا السكرو. بعد ما أحصل على الكوريكت vertical dimension, now we are ready to inject the material between the upper and lower tray to seal and save the relationship between the maxillary and mandibular tray. يعني بعد ما أسجل ال vertical dimension حتى أحافظ على العلاقة راح أسوي injection للماتيريال between two tray. هذا الانجكشن راح يكون بمثابة sealing حتى يحفظ لي العلاقة ما بين ال upper and lower tray. Guide for selecting the appropriate denture tooth model. Overlay the aesthetic transparent guide into the existing denture. راح نستخدم ال aesthetic transparent guide اللي هو عبارة عن label يكون adhesive or adapted in the anterior region اللي هي تمثل anterior teeth for check the smile and level of 6 anterior teeth inside the clinic. After recorded maxillary mandibular relationship, this relation sent to the laboratory. The laboratory procedure starting from scanning of maxillary mandibular relationship AMD, and then this scanning transferred to the software of this system and modify this design of the denture if needed. Then arrangement of the teeth and using 5 milling machine for milling complete dentures, and if the dentist require to check or try the complete denture inside the patient mouth, we can using the wax to seal the artificial teeth to the denture base and sent to the dentist for checking inside the patient mouth, and then return to the laboratory for remove the wax and chemical bonding the teeth to the denture base. يعني انه بعد ما سجلنا الماكسيلاري مانديبولار ريليشن شيب راح ندزه للمختبر يسوي سكاننج للريليشن ويسوي adjustment or modification بالديزاين اذا يحتاج حسب السيستم اللي موجود. بعد ذلك راح يسوي arrangement للارتفيشال teeth، واذا الدنتست طلب يسوي تشيك للكومبليت دنتشر inside patient mouth. نقدر نسوي sealing للاسنان with the denture paste وندزه للدنتست and then return the dentist the complete denture to the laboratory. بعد ذلك راح نزيل الواكس ونستبدله بالchemical bonded ونسوي chemical bonded between the denture paste and the teeth. Number 3, complete denture fabrication supported by CAD/CAM case 3. Technique: after the dentist diagnoses the patient for complete denture, record the primary impression, then send to the laboratory for record the special tray. Send the special tray to the dentist for record the final impression, and send to the laboratory for record the base plate and pytrim. The dentist record the maxillomandibular relationship by using the face bow and determine the canine position and midline position. In the dental lab, doing articulator in a traditional way, and then scanning the cast of upper and lower complete denture and scanning of the occlusal rim, and transfer this scanning to the software system. After we doing mounting in a traditional way and scanning the upper and lower cast and pytrim, the data transfer to the specialized software of the system, and virtual mounting of cast by means of best fit machine. And now we are ready for arrangement of the teeth. يعني بعد ما سوينا mounting بالطريقة المتعارف عليها وسوينا scanning للupper and lower cast with the pytrim، البيانات راح تنتقل للسوفت وير وراح يسجل عندي articulator افتراضي على اساسه راح اسوي arrangement للartificial teeth of complete denture. After we are arrangement of the teeth by using specialized software of this system, now we are ready for milling, but we are use blank of wax pattern for fabrication base plate of complete denture, and then we set the artificial teeth inside the socket of wax denture base. يعني بعد ما سوينا setting باستخدام السوفت وير الخاص بهذا السيستم، now we are ready for milling. بس بهذا النوع من السيستم راح نستخدم blank of wax pattern. بعد ما نسوي milling للدنشر بيز راح نجي نسوي set للأسنان inside the socket and then send to the dentist to try inside the patient's mouth. ننتقل للسلايد اللي بعده. After the dentist complete checking of complete denture inside the patient mouth, return the upper and lower wax pattern on the mounting and send to the dental laboratory. The dental laboratory complete this procedure by using traditional way, flasking, finishing and polishing. يعني بعد ما الدنتست يكمل checking of complete denture inside patient mouth راح يرسله للمختبر، والمختبر يكمل بقية الخطوات باستخدام الطريقة المعتادة اللي هي الفلاسكينج finishing and polishing. Number 4. Trial of a CAD/CAM system for fabricating complete denture. Case 4. After recorded primary impression, final impression, record base, pie trim, centric relation, and arrangement of artificial teeth, sent the complete denture to the dentist for a trial inside the patient mouth. After that, the dentist returned the complete denture to the dental lab. From this point, we doing scanning 3D system for record all the details of complete denture and transfer to the specialized software of this system. يعني راح نكمل كل الخطوات اللي احنا نعرفها من البرايمري امبريشن وانتهاء بالسيتنج اوف artificial teeth. من الدنتست يسوي تراي للكومبليت دنتشر inside the patient mouth، راح يرسله للمختبر. من هذه اللحظة راح نبدأ نسوي سكاننج للكومبليت دنتشر مع الارتفيشال تيث. يعني أنا عندي هسه complete denture with complete setting of artificial teeth اسوي له سكاننج، جميع التفاصيل راح تنتقل للسوفت وير. بعد ذلك اذا يحتاج تعديل على الديزاين راح اسوي تعديل باستخدام السوفت وير الخاص بهذا السيستم. Now we are ready for milling by using cutter path based on 3D denture based image, a 5-axis CNC machining cut an acrylic resin block. راح نستخدم clear acrylic resin block for milling complete denture. It takes about 150 minutes, and after complete milling, now the artificial teeth bounded to the denture base using resin cement. Number 5. Intraoral scanning to fabricate complete denture with functional border. Case 5. In this technique, we will use intraoral scanning for record the edentulous upper and lower jaw. This data will transfer directly on monitor when we record the scanning inside the patient's mouth. And this technique will be avoided using the traditional way that we are used in the clinic, and we will have the specialized type of tray. It's called centric tray. This technique same as closed tray technique, and we will added or adapted the slip last impression material on the tissue surface of upper and lower centric tray, and ask the patient to doing swallowing more than one time before insert this material in his mouth to avoid distortion, and record centric relation, and record the occlusal vertical dimension and rest position for the patient. حسب ما موضح بالسلايد انه راح نستخدم الانترا اورال كاميرا or الانترا اورال سكاننج directly inside the patient mouth، وبالتالي الداتا راح تنتقل مباشرة للمونيتور اللي مربوطة directly to intraoral scanning. بعد ذلك راح نستخدم نوع خاص من التري اللي يسموه السنتريك تري for record the centric relation. طبعا نطلب من المريض انه يعمل swallowing more than one time اكثر من مرة واحدة before insert material and centric tray in his mouth to avoid any distortion or avoid any error in this relation, and record correct vertical dimension. بهذا السلايد الصورة اللي موجودة في أعلى اليسار توضح for determine the canine line, smile line, and the midline by doing the index or cut on the silicone on the facial surface. أما بالنسبة للصورة اللي موجودة في أعلى اليمين بتوضح إنه we doing a scanner for the extraorally for occlusal rim in order to record the facial anatomy. يعني نسوي scanning للocclusal rim outerly extraorally حتى يطلع عندنا الفيشيال anatomy. أما بالنسبة للصورة اللي موجودة بالوسط ف free scanning with the occlusal rim being placed on the mouth where it performed with natural face, smiling face and cheek holder. يعني راح نسوي بعدين scanning لكل الفيس حتى يصير عندنا 3D scanning for the patient and complete data will be transferred to software. Denture paste without tooth anatomy will milling from organic PMMA pink disc. طبعا بعد ما أكملنا خطوات scanning and arrangement of artificial teeth, now we are ready for milling denture paste complete denture. الصورة اللي موجودة على اليسار توضح الميلينج بالinner surface for denture paste. أما بالنسبة للصورة اللي موجودة على اليمين توضح الميلينج on the outer surface. To ensure the proper position of artificial teeth in the denture paste, a transfer key was designed in the software. راح نصمم الترانسفير كي باستخدام السوفت وير اللي هو راح يشتغل كاندكس حتى يحافظ لي على علاقة الأسنان مع الدنتشر بيز without any changes. راح نسوي set للأسنان inside the transfer key or inside the index وراح نستخدم الكولدكيور acrylic resin حتى نسوي bonded between the denture paste and artificial teeth. راح نضيف الكولدكيور acrylic resin على السوكت of the denture paste. بعدين we put the transfer key on the denture paste and pressure properly. After that we put the complete denture under pressure about 2.5 bar and 40 centigrade temperature and about 20 minutes. Advantage of intraoral scanning direct image وبالتالي راح أتجنب استخدام الامبريشن ماتيريال اللي نستخدمها بالتراديشنال واي. Number 2 scanning impression accuracy أكيد راح يحصل على more accuracy more details. Less time is about 6 minutes فراح يصير عندي less shear time. أما بالنسبة لل number 4 reduce human error طبعا أقلل من نسبة الأخطاء. Number 5 non-use stock tray impression material ما راح أحتاج stock tray و impression material for record the impression. Number 6 more patient comfort طبعا راح يكون more comfortable to patient. أما بالنسبة ل number 7 the digital impression save and use again يعني نقدر نحتفظ بالبيانات ونستخدمها في وقت آخر. Disadvantage of scanning method. Number 1 easy to carry out in maxilla than mandible. طبعا بالماكسيلاري easy to use لأن راح أحتاج direct scanning one direct بينما بالماندبل we have more than one direction scanning to record all the desirable details of the edentulous lower jaw. Number 2 very expensive and require experience. Number 3 cannot use with patient have hyper saliva يعني البيشنت اللي عنده hyper saliva ما اقدر استخدم وياه الانترا اورال سكانينج. ليش؟ لان راح يصير عندي distortion or shadow بالكاميرا وبالتالي ما راح توضح عندي الصورة بالسوفت وير فممكن يسوي لي بعض الايرور. Number 6 generation of a 3D digital edentulous model case 6. In this technique we will scanning the master cast by using 3D digital technology scanning. We scanning the upper master card separated only, and then we will scanning the lower master card separated only. After that, we will scanning the upper master cards with the pytrim, and then we will scanning the lower master cards with the pytrim. This scanning we will link to recorded the relationship between the upper and lower jaw in the software technique. After complete scanning, now we are ready for arrangement of artificial teeth. The teeth can be moved in the sagittal, horizontal, and coronal plane during the modeling by using the 3-shape digital system. And we can change or modify or adjustment in the location of the dentation, and we can doing changes in the length, width, and height of the artificial teeth according to the case. And then we can adjustment for the occlusal surface of posterior teeth for record the working and balancing occlusion, for give the patient more retention, stability, and support. After that, we are doing for trimming relief area. In the maxillary denture, the maxillary tuberosity, and incisus papilla in the hard area. And in the mandibular, we can relieve for the oblique ridge and mylohyoid ridge according to the requirement of complete denture. يعني بعد ما كملنا عملية السكانينج راح نسوي arrangement للartificial teeth by using specialized software ونسوي adjustment for artificial teeth. بعد ذلك راح نسوي trimming للrelief area to avoid direct pressure during function inside the patient mouth and more comfortable to the patient. ننتقل للسلايد اللي بعده. This picture in this slide explain about milling for fabricated denture paste by using pink blank of acrylic and use another blank for fabricated the dental arch. After complete milling, we bonded the dentation to the denture paste by using cold cure acrylic resin or use chemical bonding. Advantage of generation of 3D digital agent loss model. Number 1, simple system. Number 2, scanning the cast in any direction. Number 3, less cost. Number 4, cast as reference save it. And the disadvantage of generation of 3D digital agent loss model. Number 1, pupil in the impression transfer to cast and by scanning. Number 2, use of a traditional way to record the final cast. Number 3, more time was taken. And last, the number 4, discomfortable to patient. Number 7, new digital complete denture professional concept and technique. Case 7. Clinical step 1. We use the traditional way for record primary impression by using allogeneic impression material. And then we select the specialized type of tray. It's called centric tray. It's supplied in different sizes. We select the proper size and check inside the patient mouth. After that, we applied the impression material such as silicone or allogeneic impression material in the tissue surface of upper and lower centric tray, and asked the patient to close his mouth slowly and swallowing. This swallowing, it will prevent protrusion of the lower jaw, and we will record the centric tray in the proper position. يعني راح نستخدم الطريقة المعتادة حتى نحصل على البرايمري امبريشن باستخدام الالجينيت امبريشن ماتيريال. بعد ذلك راح نستخدم نوع من السبيشالايز تراي يسموه سنتريك تراي حتى نسجل الماتيلو مانديبولار ريليشن شيب انسايد ذا بيشنت ماوث. نستخدم السايز يكون comfortable to patient حتى نسجل الاوكلوجال vertical dimension ونسجل السنتريك relationship. the UTS CAD device. This device is fixed to the centric tray to determination of occlusional plane and measure of the division from frontal by papillary plane. هذا ال UTS CAD device راح نسوي له connect ويا ال centric tray for record the occlusal plane and measure the division from the frontal by papillary plane in the clinic. Scanning the primary impression of upper and lower jaw, and then we will scanning the impression bounded around the centric tray. After that, the value of the UTS device used to grade the primary digital model position on the virtual articulator. راح نسوي سكاننج للبرايمري امبريشن، بعد ذلك نسوي سكاننج للامبريشن bounded around the centric tray. After that, the value of occlusional plane we will transfer to the software, and then we will have the virtual articulator. هنا راح يصير عندي articulator افتراضي داخل السيستم يمثل لي الcentric relationship of the patient. The age of the individual tray are drawn according to the conventional recommendation, and then cutback is integrated to leave sufficient space for the intraoral center point according to the system, and to avoid any interference between the position of the occlusion rim. الصورة اللي موجودة على اليسار توضح ال definitive impression inside the software at the monitor. Then we will determine the further of the definitive impression. أما بالنسبة للصورة اللي موجودة على اليمين توضح ال cutback technique اللي هذا راح نستخدمه to provide enough space inside the patient mouth and avoid interference of occlusion rim. After complete designing of the individual tray, now we are ready for send the file for the milling machine PMMA resin milling for fabricated maxillary individual tray and mandibular individual tray. الصورة اللي موجودة في أعلى اليسار توضح الupper individual tray، أما بالصورة اللي موجودة في أعلى اليمين توضح lower individual tray. هذه lower individual tray راح استخدمها for two ways. أولا for recording the final impression، ثانيا for recording the centric relation inside the patient mouth. إذا تلاحظون وياي upper individual tray have two hole or two opening at the occlusal rim. أما بالنسبة lower individual tray have two pin or project at the occlusal rim. هاي two hole راح تكون set or insert at the two pin or project that present in the occlusal rim of the lower individual tray. وبهذه الطريقة راح أحصل على centric relation inside the patient mouth. Checking the vertical dimension. If the vertical dimension too high, must be remove the pipe rim from one of them, from the upper tray or from the lower tray. يعني إذا كان عندي زيادة بالvertical dimension, the pipe rim must be removed أما من الupper أو من lower tray. And if the vertical dimension too low, the pipe rim must be removed from the upper and lower tray. أما إذا كان عندي vertical dimension too low, الpipe rim راح أزيلها من الupper والlower tray. And using ganthometer device for correct the vertical dimension. الصورة اللي موجودة في أعلى اليسار توضح ganthometer device. Consists of two parts. One of them have screw in the center, and the another part have a flat platform. البارت اللي يحتوي على السكرو راح اسوي له fabricated in the lower tray، والجزء اللي يحتوي على الفلات platform راح اسوي له fabricated at the upper tray. And marking the platform استخدم marker for coloring the platform and insert the upper and lower tray inside the patient mouth and ask the patient for movement his mandible in protrusion movement and lateral movement for check the movement of the mandibular jaw. بعد ما سوينا checking للmovement of mandibular jaw راح يرسم عندي arrow على البليت فورم اللي هو الواضح بالصورة اللي موجودة في أسفل يسار السلايد. هذا الارو يمثل لي الموفمنت اوف ماندبل. راح اسوي سيلكشن للسنتر بوينت اوف ذا ارو، اختار السنتر بوينت اوف ذا ارو اللي هو يمثل لي centric relation inside the patient mouth باستخدام plastic plate form and ask the patient to close his mouth in this point. وبهذه الحالة راح أحصل على correct vertical dimension وننتقل للسلايد اللي بعده حتى نكمل بقية الخطوات. Injection impression material between the upper and lower tray for save the relationship between the upper and lower tray without any changes. After that, the dentist will send the relationship to the dental lab. In dental lab, will scanning the relationship and upper and lower impression tray. This data will transfer to the specialized software and recorded on the monitor. Now we are ready for complete denture fabricated. Arrangement of artificial teeth. In this software of this system have a different size of artificial teeth and different form. We select appropriate size depending on the case. After complete setting, we will virtual waxing doing by using the software of this system by using option wax fabrication. Using milling machine for fabricated denture paste with the prosthetic teeth by using white PMMA disc to produce maxillary and mandibular template. الصورة اللي موجودة في أعلى اليسار توضح المانديبولار template، أما الصورة اللي موجودة في أعلى اليمين توضح الماكسيلري template. هذا التمبلت راح نستخدمه for try the complete denture inside patient mouth. The patient draws the complete denture template about 2 to 4 days in his house to check the mastication and phonation and retention of complete denture. After complete checking of complete denture by the patient, now we are ready for milling final denture paste by using pink blank of PMMA disc and milling the dental arch. After complete milling, we are using the Ivo paste CAD bond for bonding the dental arch to the denture paste. الصورة اللي موجودة في أعلى اليسار توضح البينك بلانك ديسك of PMMA after milling. أما بالنسبة للصورة اللي موجودة في أعلى اليمين توضح الأيبو بيست اللي هو consists of powder and liquid. والصورة اللي موجودة في أسفل السلايد توضح طريقة الأديشن the Ivo paste in the socket of denture paste for bonded the dental arch to the complete denture paste. After finishing and polishing, send the complete denture to the clinic. The dentist check the complete denture inside the patient mouth, and if we require any adjustment, we will use the articulator paper for correct the occlusal surface of artificial teeth according to the cases. Advantage of a new digital complete denture professional concept and technique. Number 1, scanning directly in the clinic. Number 2, chance to correct vertical dimension. Number 3, allow to checking by using their manufactured template. Number 4, professional technique. And the disadvantage of a new digital complete denture professional concept and technique. Number 1, more than one visit. Number 2, require cooperation from the patient. And number 3, more chair time. And number 4, difficult technique. The problem associated with all methods for fabricated complete denture by using CAD/CAM technology separated the dental arch from the denture phase. We can solution this problem by using Polydent full denture PMMA disc, 2 color to avoid separated of the teeth from the denture phase. So we will result on one piece of complete denture. يعني حتى نتجنب مشكلة انفصال الأسنان عن الدنتشر بيز ممكن أن نستخدم البوليدنت فول دنتشر PMMA ديسك اللي هو يتكون من 2 كلر، البينك كلر والايبوريك كلر. البينك كلر راح يمثل لي الدنتشر بيز والايبوريك كلر راح يمثل الدنتال arch. At the end we can say thank you.